Hello everybody, it's vanburman here and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 on my Arsenal career mode. Now, just a little bit of housekeeping before we begin in earnest. The first thing to say is that Alexis Sanchez has been injured with a damaged kneecap. It said 3 to 5 weeks, but I think it's been a week since then. It happened during the international break when he was with Chile. So that's a bit of a shame, to be honest, but these things happen, and I'm sure we'll find someone to step in, Lucas or Iwobi, anyone really. He hadn't been playing too well at the minute anyway, so maybe a little bit of a time off will help him. Francis Coquelin is a little bit upset with his playing time, so we've agreed that he will go out on loan or play more games. So I'll try and play him a bit more when I can. I know we've not got many huge games coming up, so probably a bit of rotation will happen at this point. And also signed Caceres as well. As you know, I did that for my Bournemouth career mode as well. I just really bought him as a backup because he can play anywhere across the back line. So I don't really envisage him playing too much, but he's only signed till the end of the season anyway. So just a bit of a cheap option to get a half-decent player in for a small time. I know he's very injury-prone, so chances are I may not get too many matches out of him anyway. So the first match we've got is up against Middlesbrough. Okay, looks like he's alright to play. Gabriel Paulista is also back, well, mostly back in the squad. He's almost back up to full fitness, so that's very good also. Let's just see what we're going to do. See, it would be quite good to play Telemans, and I do sort of want to try where possible to get some of the guys that haven't played into the squad, especially in these next few matches, because we're playing a lot of relegation candidates or very low bottom half teams. So it does give me the chance to try out some different people and hopefully experiment a little bit in that regard. So people that haven't played, I'd like to give Malin a bit of a run out and Nelson a bit of a run out, but that won't be in this game because they are quite tired from their under 23 matches by all accounts. But no, players will be getting more of a chance in the upcoming times. So see, Lucas said he wanted to play more as well, but I think I'm going to stick with playing Telemans in there for this game. Probably play Lucas in the next couple, potentially. There's no one really that needs to sit out, I don't think. No, I'm quite happy with that. I'm not going to swap and change Ospina in there, but yeah, that will do at the moment. So yeah, we'll be kicking off against Middlesbrough. So the match against Middlesbrough's finished, and we're about to see all the goals that were scored. That does mean there was more than one scored. I've got to say though, it was probably one of the easier games I've played in. We went 2-0 up, I'd say fairly early on, and dominated. A lot of the possession, 32 minutes then. A lot of the possession and chances that Middlesbrough created were all of nothing, to be fair. That was a lovely strike by Ramsey. So, I won't spoil one of the surprises, but Telemans got 3 assists, hat-trick of assists. And you're just about to see that was a Cardi second, this was his third. So Cardi got a hat-trick, Telemans got a hat-trick of assists. All in all, a really good day at the office. This is the only one blight on the game. A little bit poor defensively. It was sort of a little bit lucky to come off Gibbs and into the path of Negredo, but he's a good striker. He'll finish them quite obviously. I don't really think the stats show the whole story. It doesn't really look like that would be a 4-1 win necessarily, but yeah, we're a class above them, obviously, as you would expect. But everyone did the job. Everyone played really well, from what I remember. From what I've seen. No one got under a 7. Lowest scoring player was Kieran Gibbs, and he made that mistake at the end, obviously. Substitutions don't count so much. They didn't really have anything to do anyway. But yeah, overall, really good win. Coming to the second match now against Club Brugge in the Champions League. Now this one, I'll be honest, I am somewhat expecting to romp home. A little bit like the previous game, if I'm totally honest. But I am going to be making a couple of adjustments. There's obviously quite a few players that can't play or haven't been registered for the Champions League. So bear that in mind, and yeah, just going to move a couple of guys around and give some guys a run out, especially those that didn't play in the previous game. So I think Giroud will probably get the nod ahead of Icardi. And actually, to be fair, I think that will do. I think we'll roll with that one. So in the match against Club Brugge, we made it extremely difficult for ourselves. It was one of those really frustrating performances where, you know, if you look when you look at the stats at the end of the game, you will see what I mean. They were so easy to carve apart. We had a great number of chances, but I don't know what it was. We architects have our own downfall many times. Just really poor defending, really lax. Mustafi obviously scored the first goal, which was quite nice. Fell to him very fortunately, and he put it away, which is very nice. This is a lovely finish by, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't know if it's Sessegnon, because obviously I've seen that guy. I don't know if it's spelled the same. If anyone knows, let me know. But he's really good. Obviously, it was free. And then you've got this issue here where I'm not sure what Mustafi's doing. It's calamitous, quite frankly. And we're lucky we're playing against a team that was so open and giving us so many chances. Because had we not been, that's the sort of thing that can punish you on the wrong day. You know, playing against one of the big teams. It was a lovely finish there by Theo. And we get another goal from Kashani as well. Their goalkeeper was a little bit weak most of the game. And we did create loads of chances, to be fair, as you can see here. 33 shots, only 9 on target, so not a particularly good rate for getting on target. I felt like we did have more possession, although apparently we didn't. And won 4-2. So I can't complain with the scoreline. It would have been really nice to have kept a clean sheet in this game as well, which obviously we failed to do against Middlesbrough. But it's really great that Ryan, whatever his last name is, got man of the match. I thought he played really well, and I think he plays really well every game he's been on. And for him to get a goal, especially a goal like that, it, you know, really does show he's got a lot of poise. And I would really recommend signing this guy, actually, to be fair. You know, he seems to be so far a perfect backup for Kieran Gibbs. I don't even know who Ryan Gibbs is. And I think he will develop into a really, really good player, and I think he is free, but he's got a 1.7 million compensation fee or something around there. So I'm very impressed. His potential is obviously amazing. So he's only earning £100 a week, paying him peanuts, and he's doing a great job. So it's good to see that. I do like to try and play players like that. I played Paslak as well, as much as I can when I can. Obviously helps their development and such. But yeah, so overall, I'm fairly happy with that. It kicks us on. It keeps us level with PSG. So always gives us a chance of trying to top the group. But obviously that will I'll probably come down to our match against PSG later on. So last game of this episode against Bournemouth at home. I should say we've actually got the chance to go up at least a couple of places, if only momentarily in this game if we do win, because Chelsea lost to Sunderland. So that's quite useful from our side of things. But playing Bournemouth is going to be an interesting one, because obviously I've been using Bournemouth on my other sort of career mode, I suppose, my live stream one. So that one's interesting to see how the computer plays at Bournemouth against this team, because obviously I'm going to be coming up against a very similar situation very soon in that. So once again, I do want to try and play some young players if possible. Unfortunately, I noticed a lot of guys actually played in the under-23s, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. I did say I wanted to play Malin, and I do also want to play Nelson as well. I think they deserve a run out. They've been playing really well. Sessegnon is going to play at the back as well. Probably going to make quite a lot of changes. I mean, I'm feeling quite optimistic. It may well backfire, which is always a possibility. But I'm hoping that if I keep, the core players there, so Coquelin, Ramsey, Tillemans, I don't know if I play Bellerin. No, but we'll play Paslak and checking goal. I mean, I would suggest that is a more than good enough team in order to be able to beat Bournemouth at home. But we will see. It may not be, and that will be a little bit disappointing. Trying to think of the correct words to use. So yeah, I mean, if the young players play well and obviously the whole team's on a high, then we should hopefully walk it against Bournemouth, and that will give us 3 wins out of 3, which would be lovely. So this match was a little bit frustrating. It was looking like basically I was going to have a bit of egg on my face and not be able to, or not have got the win, so to speak. But I do want to say that defensively we actually looked quite good, ironically, despite the fact that my whole back line has changed. I think part of the issue was we had a lot of really weak efforts on goal, the ones that we did have. We made enough chances. I don't think the chance creation was bad. I just think that finishing was lacking almost entirely throughout most of the game. You know, I mean, as you can see here, Ramsey had a couple of good opportunities himself. Icardi also had a few good opportunities as well. They were quite difficult, a couple of the ones that he had, but you know, the fact that he didn't really do much with them was a little bit of a pain. I did really well here, but that finish is just nowhere near. And it came to pretty much the last minute, which we're about to see very shortly, which will give you your answer as to what happened in this game. But yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what to take away from this one. It's like made loads of chances, but were quite ineffectual when it came to trying to put them away. So this is the corner, 1 minute before the end. Gabriel gets the goal, but it does come off one of their centre backs. It's really lucky, to be fair. You know, for all the shots we had, only have 4 on target is a bit pathetic, to be honest. I think that was part of the issue. I thought all the young guys that came in played really well. No one particularly played badly. I think, you know, that wasn't a thing. Cáceres played really well with Gabriel alongside him. Actually, to be fair, like I said, the whole back four played really well. And that was the thing I was most impressed about. I think the midfield sort of let me down a bit. Telemans wasn't great. Coquelin and Ramsey also were not great. But it depends how you want to look at it. I mean, a win's a win, and we're quite lucky to get it, but we did get it. So that, yeah, 3 wins out of 3 for this episode. Very happy with that. And as you can see, that takes us to second place, although Manchester United do have a game in hand over everyone up here, and they've got to play, well, one of these guys down here. So chances are we're either second or third, depending on what happens. But the fact that we're joint top again at the end of the episode is quite good. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that previously we were, obviously I know I ended the episode last time, I think, and we were second again. But what happened there is a lot of the other clubs hadn't actually played their games in hand. So it sort of looked a bit squiffed. But as long as we're up there in terms of points, it's obviously really tight. So, you know, that's fine. I'm happy with that. I'm happy to, as long as we're keeping up with the pack and we're not dropping off. And obviously we've got quite a lot of winnable matches coming up for quite a while, really. Well, at least the next episode. So we'll see how that goes. 9 goals scored in 3 games. Can't complain. And yeah, well, on to the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you all very soon. Goodbye.